everyone and welcome back. How are you all doing? I thought I'd do a film today about balancing the kind of lightness and brightness and glow to your skin with a kind of long wear makeup. So how do you maintain that lovely glow? How do you boost that glow into your skin? And there's some really great little steps that I want to share with you. And I'm wearing this top that probably isn't really a colour that I should wear, my husband said. Quite frankly, I don't care because I love the colour and I love the shirt, but it does wash me out. So I'm also going to add a few little tips on how to add brightness to your makeup so the colour you're wearing, if it doesn't quite give you that boost, how you can adjust it with a little bit of makeup. How about that for a Saturday morning for those of you who watch me in bed with your cup of coffee? I love those messages, so if you are, drop me a little coffee cup. So it's all about skin food, and the prep. I'm going to start, so I'm working with Beauty Pie of this film because I want to talk about Youth Bomb. As you can see, it's a much loved product. Did you know? 5-star reviews, it's award winning, and it is their best selling product. For those of you who've tried it, and I'm sure you have because we talked about it last year, it's just I can't keep saying winner, winner, chicken dinner because that's getting a bit boring, but it's a really fabulous product. And I also use it on top of my makeup too. I use it morning and night, and it is a real beauty boost. So if I put this on, say 4 or 5 days, and I like to really press it into my skin, it doesn't look very nice, but over my lips as well, especially this time of year. I just feel that I get a really good penetration of product, a bit like sort of putting a mask on. It really, really sits well into my skin. And if I'm at home and I haven't got any makeup on, I'm just like tapping away, my skin feels a little bit dry, I will do the same sort of halfway through the day. This product's made in Switzerland. It's formulated with 15 active ingredients. And what I love about it is that it goes on and it makes my skin feel really soft and supple, but it's not too greasy and it's not too heavy, and it doesn't mix with my moisturiser and start pilling off. Whichever way you like to do it. And it's so good. I have not had dry lips at all this winter. I know I'm normally cursed with dry lips, but I'm really, really careful, especially after cleaning my teeth at night. I think toothpaste and possibly if you're using a little bit of retinol, put a little bit of serum on my lips just before I go into bed, and it makes all the difference, because if you're a dry skin person, if you're a person with dry skin, you'll know how annoying it is. But for me, this just gives me that lovely quenched skin. Love it. Right, going to go on with my ultraviolet. Oh, by the way, Beauty Pie have a deal at the moment. Where is it? I think it's 60 days free. So you can buy at the Beauty Pie price, not the full price. You can buy at membership price, but you don't have to sign up and be a member. So you can enjoy the trial, experience the products. I promise you, I mean, why would you pay full price and not be a member? That would be silly, because that's probably the price of the membership. I think this is like £144 this would retail at, and it's £44 if you're a member. So yeah, that wouldn't really work out. So at the moment, take a January deal with Beauty Pie, but I know many of you are Beauty Pie members. I'm sure many of you gifted it actually. I've got a code that gives you a discount, further discounts in the little clicky box down there. So use that to save a little bit more money. Right, you can see just how plump it looks. Now it's trying to really maintain that juiciness, right, of lovely, beautiful skincare that feels lovely on the hands too, but not put makeup on and then block that. So I'm going to go in. I couldn't decide between the Super Tinted Hydrator or the Hourglass one. I might use that in a couple of weeks. I'll go in because we're going to go more glossy with the Super Hydrator. This is a very luxe product, but it has a similar effect to the Super Luminous products from Beauty Pie, and I'm still obsessed with this concealer. So, but I thought I just couldn't keep using the same products. I had to do something else too. So this is like a premium, more expensive version, but a similar kind of effect where it just feeds your skin. You just feel the difference. It just connects and soaks into the skin so well that it feels like another layer of skincare, which I think is now what people are really wanting from their makeup, right? I've always loved the sensory aspect of makeup application, the way it looks, the way it feels. To me, that's all part of the pleasure zone of applying makeup. Especially when I used to sort of apply it in the 80s and it was kind of, you know, really chalky, powdery. The colours really weren't that much of a great payoff. So yeah. Anyway, you can see that it gives a little bit of coverage. I just had to take, oh no, look at this, hilarious. I hope this will come out. That's me being on the phone with the school. Yeah, before we came on here. Sorry, I then got distracted and started thinking about the phone call. All is fine. I've got an indentation on my face. I haven't had some kind of like weird treatment. That would be annoying, wouldn't it, if you ended up with that on your face? Right, so that's our juiciness. As you can see, just really kind of like soft and radiant. Now, I'm going to pair it with the two different concealers. Now, I've gone from one extreme, super juicy, refreshing, to Double Wear Estee Lauder, which is a really, really popular product and probably a very famous product known by many. And then we're going to go for the super luminous concealer, which I really love because it looks and works so well on an eye. I was going to say on a dry eye. It just really boosts the skin. And this makeup, like I said, is going to be just fresh and glossy. I'm going to show you a few little tips on how to keep it nice and glossy. But the thing is, what we have to remember when we're trying to achieve that kind of glossy, dewy look, which is very hard to in the winter. The light is less, the light is flatter sometimes, although we've been blessed with a beautiful day in London today, which literally, God, just makes me feel like I've got roller skates on. I'm like, woohoo, just for a bit of sunshine. God, I think I need to live in the Caribbean. I've started taking super high strength vitamin D, and oh my God, that has made such a difference. I was a little gloomy towards the end of the year, to say the least. I did get poorly, like I got that cold and the flu and the blah, 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 and I just couldn't get my mojo back, and that really has helped. I know it's one of those things that we should take, but I think if you are a sun lover like myself, I think that's a really good reason to take it. Anyway, there's lots and lots of strengths. I kind of went mid. Just thought there's no point taking normal, is there? We'll just push it up a little bit, but who knows whether it's made a difference. It could be a number of things. Anyway, so here we are with our juicy, lovely skin. Now, if I was to whiz out the door now, this would probably last a couple of hours and my whole face would start to look a little shiny. And what happens with shininess is that you just look a bit possibly oily, and that kind of shyness can look a bit distracting. What I want is a beautifying, beauty-enhancing light to skin, okay? I don't want something that just looks oily, so you have to really play with the textures. That's the thing, I think, when that a Halo e.l.f. product came out, everyone was putting it all over their face. You really need to mattify the T-Zone. So this is a really punchy, and I mean punchy as in effective, concealer. I had a little bit of laser again to try and combat my pigmentation. So I might just put it over these areas here and just a little bit around my nose, that kind of like winter nose. So not too much, but just in those areas. And then going in, I'm going to go in with a brush to really connect everything. But I'm just going to push it into the skin because I promise you it really, really helps with the connectivity of your product. Going straight in with a sponge or a nice kind of buffing brush, it really will lift the makeup. And, you know, makeup is really expensive. I mean, I went into Superdrug the other day and I got sort of 4 or 5 things. They're like, it's £84, please. I'm like, gee, God, mad, isn't it? Like going into any supermarket these days. Right, so that obviously isn't blended. So I'm going to take, I quite like these U Beauty brushes. I keep going to that one. Let me see. Yes, I'm going to use the side of this U Beauty brush, U Beauty, And I'm just going to tap it in. Again, I'm not doing this because it will then start to make it look a little bit irregular. So I'm just going to use the side of it just to push those varying textures into my skin. Now again, if you've got texture over the top of your lip or anywhere, just soften that. Don't let it collect too much. I really hope this telephone mark goes at the end of the film. Otherwise you'll just be getting this kind of look. Okay, right. So I have to say that my skin feels really hydrated and plumped, and all the things that bother me have gone. But what we need to do is powder it. So I love the Vive powder. I love the packaging. I use shade medium. I've also got my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless in number 2. This Vive has a little bit more pigment than this one. So I'm going to go for the lighter one, but I'm going to apply it with my Otis Battersby sponge because it's got a nice point. I'm just going to dip the powder into there. It's a little too warm, possibly. I like it a bit lighter. I have got a 1 somewhere actually. Probably should have done that. Oh well. Oh well, we're there now. We're there. So these are the areas just around here and here. It's nice to use a puff with a point on it because that helps to get in that area. Whether it's rounded, you sort of end up missing that corner bit. So it's nice to just get in there and set that area. And that's all lovely. I have my eyebrows, I already did my eyebrows before my skincare, which I do often now because they just last so much longer. Really kind of strip back any product underneath, put the eyebrows on, and then they last a long time, or they last a lot longer than they would have. So my lovely friend Ree has this gorgeous product which I've been putting on over kind of wintry Christmas times for a real effortless makeup. It's called Lid Elixir. Now she has a brand called Reason, and she had the beautiful highlighters and the really creamy bronzers released in the summer. So this is for someone who likes a really soft, dewy, cool makeup. This also goes really well if you're going to wear like a bright sort of red lip. You want to keep your makeup like super modern. It's really nice. Super modern and fresh. So you've got a nice framed brow, you've got a really good lash, but you just want this kind of like dewiness on the eyelid. It feels slightly cooling, it's kind of flattering with the palette, colour palette of my shirt, and it's just felt sort of nourishing, I'd say, and I thought really worked for this kind of like dewy, hydrated look. Lovely. That's all I'm going to do. That is it. It feels really, really soft. It's very, very delicate, and hopefully you can see that it's just really soft. Right, let's use the Victoria Beckham Vast Lash. If anyone has bought this, and if you love packaging, the weight of this is just beautiful. It feels super luxe and expensive. And it is. I'm going to, I'm going to go top and bottom just because the eye is really soft. I want a little bit of, yeah, that's better. I want a little bit of aid, a little bit of help just to open out that eye because I'm going to go in with quite a strong lip and using a blush with a little bit of colour in. Highlight the blush with the highlighter in, or the highlighter with colour in, to give the glow to my skin, but kind of keeping it together, which is really nice to do. Thanks very much for your feedback on the last film. I've got a whole pad of things that we need to talk about and discuss, which is really exciting for me because if I feel that I've got purpose, if I feel that I'm actually helping you guys and doing something that is relevant. No point, I would hate you to sort of watch my channel for 15 minutes and think, well, learn anything from that. Which is really annoying when you do, isn't it? When you invest the time to watch something and like, oh, I just didn't really get anything from that. I don't tend to watch that many beauty channels because obviously it's my world. I should pretty much know what people are talking to. I've got a couple of people that I like to follow, but I'm also nervous of kind of getting that sort of repetitious chat. And if you look at someone else's channel, then you might think, oh, I should be doing that, or I should be doing that, and start overthinking everything, which I love to worry about. I love to overthink. But who do you guys like? Should there be someone that I definitely won't be wasting my time watching? Maybe I should say it like that. Right, so I've just taken that off, but the eyelashes are going in towards my nose. So in order to create that lift, they need to be going straight up. See? And again, this mascara goes on quite wet, but definitely builds and creates a really nice line under my eyes. Okay, so I'm going back in. Do you remember when I got the lovely Sculpted by Amy in, or Amy, should I say? A beautiful Irish girl, an incredibly successful brand. This is her Liquid Lights, which I've loved for a long, long time. Let's just have a little look. Losing the light slightly. This is Rosy Glow. And you only need a tiny bit. I love using these at work. They photograph beautifully. So I'm going to go right, looking straight in the mirror, just to the left of my pupil, just literally to my left. And I'm just going to tap that into that area. And I'm going to do it the other side too, and then blend in together. A little bit goes a long way. Now, I'm very much about applying blush in a small area to make sure that you have sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I was in my own little world. That's what makeup does, right? You put your makeup on, you're like, la, 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 la. I really don't like blush to spread too much around the face, okay? Because then you lose the beauty aspect of it. But look how that's just seamlessly blended into the skincare. So you want to just feather the edges. You want to keep the centre of the blush as is, and then just stretch and shape that up. And I can see here that as I'm getting a bit baggy sort of in my face here, the blush is kind of, even though I can't see it in there in the camera, it's gone too low. So I'm going to show you a little trick. So I want to catch that colour. Maybe it needs to go a little bit higher, I think. I'll put some on the brush, see how that goes. Yes, it's that area that needs, just that little area that needs that hook. Gosh, it's only 3:30 and it's getting dark. Oh gosh, and we act surprised every year. Right, what I might do is then, I might just use a little bit of the powder that was left on my puff, and let's see whether that knocks that back. Yeah, that's better, see? And that's not pulling my face down, that's still lifting it. But look, it's just a lovely glow. Really, really nice as well because it's tiny. Really love all of these colours, by the way, if you're looking for a blush that's got a little bit of highlight in as well. That's really nice. Okay, so we're going to go boom, boom, boom. Really strong Fenty lip colour. Now this is a wonderful colour. I love this because it's really long wearing and it doesn't kind of dry my lips out. And if I'm wearing strong colour, I always like something that's going to stay put, not slip around. So I'm going to apply it to the interior of my lip first, avoiding going out on the edge of my lip line because I want to be able to spread it out and kind of soften it. That's the key with any of these strong lipsticks. Look what the vibrant pink does already. It just brightens the eyes and brightens the whites of my eyes and my teeth. They could do with a bit of brightening. It's the thing when you do this, look at yourself all the time. You overanalyze your face. Anyway, that's not for you to worry about. Oh, the power of colour. There we go. I'm just bringing that up, just literally giving a little bit of a hip and width to my lips. but rubbing. Now, no brush, just a nice, soft, clean cotton bud. Because sometimes the brush can move the colour too far. And I don't want this to be like drawn on lips. I want there to be a softness. And it's all these kind of little things that you sort of forget when you're doing your makeup quickly. And of course, you're sort of really looking at me quite closely. None of us would sort of, well, sometimes I do stare at people's faces, but that's maybe because I love faces. I actually had a beautiful Reiki session with a friend of mine who's doing incredible things with kids with ADHD. And she was like, I was doing a Reiki, I could just see faces everywhere. Faces, so many faces, Caroline. Isn't that weird? Good. Now, it's really lovely the way that this, as I said, it doesn't dry lips out. I mean, my lips aren't dry because of tapping the great Youth Bomb serum over the top. But it's just so nice that when you put on a product, you don't have to kind of suffer with that tightness like you did in the old days. In the old days, like my son would say. What's sort of bothering me now is that the blush has kind of become a little bit warmer and it's a lovely hot pink. So as you saw, I just put both fingers in there and I'm just going to brighten that up. Yeah, see, that just needed that connection. Not too much, Caroline, not too much. But it just needed to have that coolness. I love this blurry effect. I don't know whether that's me, like as a makeup artist, just loving that sort of softness, or whether it reads okay in real life. Not like I've just sort of like sucked a big pink sweet or something. A bunch of raspberries in my mouth. Anyway, yes. This is the completed look. And oh my gosh, I should have done like a before picture because that would have really kind of honed in the message. Like you could pop this shirt on and you feel drained. Sort of thing like, you know, a parent would say, oh, it sort of drains you out, darling. But then put a little bit of pink and it completely transforms the look and you can definitely wear it. So always a good thing actually that if you're going out trying on clothes, put a little bit of makeup on because that will definitely accentuate the clothes, right? Or, you know, give you an idea of how it will look finished. I'm blethering on. Blethering. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the film and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.